Thank you for joining me for this Algebra 2 review. This study guide was sent in by Miss Nancy, so thank you so much for emailing me your final review. For part 1, we are going to go over solving for a variable, how to graph lines, how to write equations in slope-intercept form, and solving systems of equations using the substitution and elimination methods. Let's get started. Question 1, we are going to solve for x by leaving the left-hand side as is, and we're going to distribute the 2 into each term in the parentheses by multiplication, leaving us with 2x minus 12. Now we do want to have x on the left-hand side, and then we want to have the number on the right-hand side. So we're just going to do that all in one step. We end up with, so the 2x's cancel out, so 8x minus 2x is 6x. The 6's cancel out on the left-hand side, leaving us with negative 18. Now we want to divide everything by 6, leaving us with x equals negative 3. And yes, you can put your answer in curly brackets like so. For question 2, we're going to do something similar. We're going to leave the left-hand side as is, because we do need to distribute the negative 5 into each term in the parentheses. So negative 5 times 6 is negative 30, and negative 5 times negative 7b is positive 35v. Now we want to add like terms, leaving the left-hand side as is. We can combine these two v's. Negative 2v plus 35v is 33v minus 30. Let's move the v on the left-hand side over. We do that by subtracting v. And we might as well move this negative 30. We're going to do that by adding 30 to both sides. The v's will cancel out on the left-hand side. 34 plus 30 is 64 equals 33v minus v is 32v. And then the 30's cancel out. Let's divide everything by 32. The 32's cancel out, leaving us with v equals 2. And again, you can put your answer in the curly brackets. Question 3, want to graph y equals 1. Notice how there is no x value, meaning your slope is 0. So you want to locate 1 on the y-axis, and you're just going to draw a straight line through. And connect. It's a perfect horizontal line at y equals 1. And that's all we do there. Question 4 is written in slope-intercept form. So our b value is 3. Let's graph that part first. So on your y-axis, locate positive 3 right here. That will be your first point. Now our slope, or m value, is at negative 5/4, telling us that our line is going to go towards the left-hand side since it's negative. Now we do want to go up 5 and to the left 4, since our slope is negative. However, since there's no space, we can't go 1, 2, 3. See how we can't go up 5? So the other option would be to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since our line should go towards the left, let's move 4 spaces to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving us with the coordinate 4, negative 2. And if we connect those 2 points, you'll see that the line is going towards the left and therefore is negative, like so. Question 5, write in slope-intercept form, passing through the given point and slope. So we're going to treat our point as x1, that x value in your coordinate, and then y1. And we're going to use the slope-intercept form to solve. So again, our slope is our m value, so y minus y1, which we said was negative 2, we're going to plug that in, equals m, which is negative 3, times x minus x sub 1, which is negative 1. Now we're going to distribute the negatives. 2 negatives make a positive. Y plus 2 equals, the negatives inside make a positive, but let's distribute the negative 3 into each term. So negative 3 times x is just negative 3x, and negative 3 times positive 1 is negative 3. Last step into turning this into slope-intercept form is to isolate your y. So that leaves us with y equals negative 3x minus 5. And this is your answer. Question 6, write the slope-intercept form of the equation through the given point. So this time we're not given slope, but we do have 2 points which we can solve for. We will use the slope formula to solve. So the numerator is the difference of your y's. y2 is just the second y in your coordinates. So 2 minus and then negative 4. Put parentheses so we can distribute the negative later. Minus the second x coordinate, which is 0, minus the first x coordinate, which is negative 4. And we just simplify. Those two negatives make a positive, and 2 plus 4 is 6 over. Same thing on the denominator. We get 4. We can't divide by 2 to simplify. And we get 3/2. So this will be our slope that we will need. And just like in question 5, we're going to use the point slope formula. So we have y minus y1. I'm just going to choose this coordinate, the 0, 2. So y1 is the 2. So minus 2 equals m, which we said was 3/2, times x minus 0. We're just going to simplify. Let's add 2 to both sides. They will cancel out, and then also distribute that 3/2 into the x. 3/2 times 0 is just 0, so we're just going to leave it like that. So we're left with y equals 3 over 2x plus 2, and that is our answer. Question 7, solve by using the substitution method. So luckily the first equation is already in terms of y. So wherever we see a y in the second equation, that's where we're going to plug in the 6x plus 14, like this. It goes right in there, and then you're just going to copy the rest of that second equation down, and you're just going to solve for x. Distribute the 4 into each term in the parentheses. And we're just going to add like terms. We're going to subtract 56 from both sides. They cancel out, leaving us with 30x equals negative 60. Divide everything by 30 to isolate your x. We get that x equals negative 2. Now, because we are given 2 lines, we want to know where these 2 lines intersect. So although we found x equals negative 2, now you need to find the corresponding y value. And we're going to do that by plugging in x into that first equation that we were given, since it's already in terms of y. So y equals 6x, which we said was negative 2, plus 14. And you're just gonna simplify. We get positive 2 as our y value. Now the correct way to solve this is to write it in coordinate form. So we put the x value first, and then the y value. So those 2 lines intersect at the coordinate negative 2, 2. Question 8, solve by elimination method. This one's a little different. You want to make sure that whatever you eliminate, whether the x or the y, they have the same coefficient but opposite sign, so that we can eliminate it and equal 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the second equation by negative 6 so that I can eliminate the x. And let's see what we get. So I'm going to copy the first down as is. And now I'm going to distribute the 6 into each term in the parentheses by multiplication. We're going to add. Notice how the x cancel, they make 0. Also the y's, so we have 0 on the left-hand side, but also the 6's cancel. We get 0. Is this a true statement? Does 0 equal 0? Yes. So when this happens, it means that the 2 equations were actually the same. And if you were to graph them, the lines will be on top of each other, telling us that our answer will be infinitely many solutions. Alright guys, that concludes part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 and 3 coming very soon. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel. I hope you learned something today, and happy studying!